Commander Alex Rains had seen a lot in his 32 years of life, but nothing like this. The Deep Space Listening Post, Outpost Perseus, hung silently in orbit around a dying star. Its sleek metal hull reflected the faint amber glow of the distant sun, casting long shadows across the docking bay. Alex had been alone here for 6 months, monitoring transmissions from deep space, cataloging signals, and waiting for orders that often never came. The hum of the station's engines and the quiet clicks of machinery were the only sounds. Alex liked it that way. He liked control. He liked order. And now the warning from Earth Command flashed on his terminal. Expect an unscheduled diplomatic contact. Do not engage without authorization. The words were brief, almost too brief, leaving more questions than answers. Alex frowned. The message had no sender name, no signature, just a directive. His instincts told him something unusual was coming, and he knew he had to prepare. Minutes later, the station's sensors picked up an unidentified ship entering the outer perimeter. It was small, compact, unlike any known human vessel. The display panel showed no identification codes. Not military, not civilian, nothing. Great, Alex muttered to himself. A ghost ship. Just what I needed. He made his way to the airlock, checking the sidearm mounted on his hip, not because he expected trouble, but because it was standard procedure. Even out here in the quiet void, a commander had to be ready for anything. The docking clamps engaged with a soft thud. Airlock doors slid open with a hiss, and the silhouette of a figure appeared in the dim light. Alex blinked. She stepped forward casually. Not hurried, not panicked, just confident. Her movements were precise, almost elegant. The air seemed to shift as she walked, as if the very atmosphere recognized her presence. Alex instinctively straightened. "Identify yourself," he said, keeping his voice calm. The figure tilted her head slightly and smiled. It was a smile that carried authority and curiosity at the same time, one that made Alex feel as if she already knew everything about him. "I am Lyra," she said. Her voice was smooth, musical, but also calm. "And I've come to speak with you." Alex studied her. She looked human, but there was something different. Something in the way she moved, the way she carried herself, the way she looked at him with eyes that seemed too knowing. He noticed layers of clothing or armor or maybe technology on her body. Holographic traces flickered around her shoulders and arms like thin veils of light. Then, one by one, the layers fell away. Not in a careless way, but deliberately. Each layer dissolved into thin streams of light that disappeared into the air. Alex watched, fascinated, but he kept his focus. This was not a seduction or a game. It was a display, a warning. She finally stopped, standing before him in what appeared to be a simple suit of biomaterial, skin-tight but elegant, adapted to space travel. She smiled again, casually, as if she had just walked into her own home. "You're the only one who can understand this," she said. Alex blinked. Understand what? His mind raced. Was this some alien trick? A hacker's prank? A rogue AI? "Your history," Lyra said softly. "The history of your people. You are at a crossroads, and I am here to guide you." Alex's hand hovered over his sidearm. "Earth Command told me not to engage." "Are you a threat?" "I am neither threat nor friend," she replied. "I am a messenger, a reminder, and I need your help." The hum of the station seemed to grow louder, more insistent. Alex felt the weight of isolation pressing against him. 6 months alone in this cold station, staring at signals from distant stars, waiting for some event like this. And now it had arrived. "You want my help?" Alex said cautiously. "With what?" She stepped closer, and for the first time Alex noticed the faint glow of her eyes. Not bright, not alarming, just a soft light that hinted at intelligence far beyond what he could measure. "There is a device," she explained. "Something created by humans. Long ago, in the future, in fact. It holds knowledge that has not yet been written. You, Commander Rains, are the only one who can access it." Alex shook his head. "You expect me to believe you? That humans in the future made something, and you want me to touch it?" Lyra's smile widened just slightly. "I do not ask you to believe. I ask you to act. Your people's survival may depend on it." He studied her for a long moment. Her calm, confident presence made him uneasy but also curious. He had always been drawn to the unknown, to challenges that tested his mind. And this, whatever this was beyond anything he had faced before. "All right," he said finally. "Show me." Lyra nodded, her expression unreadable. Follow me. She led him to a small chamber tucked behind the main airlock. The room was barely larger than a storage bay, filled with humming machinery and blinking lights. In the center rested a device unlike anything Alex had ever seen. Its surface shimmered like liquid metal and circuits pulsed with soft rhythmic light. That is it, Lyra said. The key to understanding your people's future. Only you can unlock it. Only you can read it. Alex approached cautiously. He reached out his hand, feeling a slight vibration against his fingertips. The device was alive, almost aware. A chill ran down his spine. He realized the magnitude of the moment. If this was real, if Lyra was telling the truth, then humanity's fate could rest in his hands. Why me? He asked. Because of who you are, she replied simply. Your mind, your choices, your loyalty to your people. Others might fail. You will succeed. Alex swallowed hard. And if I fail? Lyra's smile did not waver. Then humanity. We'll have to find another path. But I believe you will not fail. The room was silent for a moment, the hum of machinery filling the void. Alex took a deep breath and placed both hands on the device. Warmth spread through him, but it was not comforting. It was activating something inside him. A connection, a spark, a resonance he could not explain. Suddenly, streams of light flowed from the device, wrapping around his hands and arms. Images flashed in his mind. Stars being born, planets forming, civilizations rising and falling. He saw humans exploring galaxies, building empires, and sometimes disappearing entirely. And among the chaos, he saw himself, here now, standing in this tiny chamber, holding the key to everything. Alex stepped back, overwhelmed. What is happening? You are seeing possibilities, Lyra said softly. You are seeing the paths your people might take. Some lead to greatness, others to extinction, and you must choose which path to guide them down. His heart raced. He had trained for emergencies, crises, alien encounters, but this was different. It was a responsibility unlike any he had ever faced, and yet somewhere deep inside he felt ready, not because he understood, but because he had no choice. The door to the airlock hissed again, a reminder of the void outside, and Alex looked at Lyra. Her calm smile was reassuring now, almost like an anchor. Then we begin, he said. Lyra nodded, and together they stood before the device, ready to unlock the mysteries of humanity's future. Outside, the dying star continued to shine, indifferent to the small human station orbiting in its glow. But inside, on Outpost Perseus, history was about to change. The chamber was quiet now, save for the faint hum of the mysterious device. Alex Raines stared at it, still trying to comprehend the visions he had seen. Stars forming, civilizations rising and falling, humans exploring galaxies, all in a matter of seconds. His mind was spinning, but there was no time to linger. Lyra's presence was steady, almost grounding, even though she radiated an energy that made him aware of every detail around him. Alex, Lyra said softly, you saw the possibilities, but seeing is only the first step. You must understand them, Alex frowned. I don't even know what to make of it. How can I understand something that hasn't happened yet? That is why I am here, she said. Not to tell you what to do, but to guide you through the layers of truth you must face. Layers? Alex asked. He glanced at her, remembering how she had discarded her holographic shields and appearances when she first arrived. It had felt almost magical, like watching a performer reveal the final act. What layers? What truth? Lyra smiled faintly. Humans are complicated. History is complicated. The device holds information that can change both. But to unlock it, you must see through the layers of deception hiding the real story. Alex took a deep breath. Okay, start with the first layer. The device pulsed brighter. Streams of light extended from it, wrapping around Alex and Lyra. He felt his mind being drawn into something vast, something that stretched across time and space. Suddenly, he was no longer in the small chamber. He was standing on a strange world, the sky filled with two suns. Cities of crystal and metal shimmered below him, humming with energy. Lyra's voice echoed in his mind. This is the first layer. Humanity has reached out into the stars. Some colonies thrived, some fell, but all of it was influenced by choices made long before they arrived. Alex looked around. I don't understand. Are these visions too? Yes, Lyra said. But more than that, these are fragments of a future that might be, and fragments of a past that has been hidden from you. The device can show you both. And in this layer, you will learn how far your people have already come. He saw humans interacting with alien species, negotiating trade, forming alliances. But there were tensions too, disputes over resources, over ideas, over control. Alex realized that while humans were capable of greatness, they were also vulnerable. He saw colonies wiped out by natural disasters. The chamber was quiet once again, but Alex Rains could feel a storm building inside his mind. The visions from the device had unsettled him, revealing layers of human history and hidden futures that stretched across galaxies. He rubbed his temples, trying to process everything he had seen. Lyra, calm and poised, watched him with a quiet intensity, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the device. "You've made progress," she said. "You have seen the first and second layers. But now comes the most important part, the third layer." Alex swallowed hard. "The third layer? What is it?" "It is the test," Lyra replied. "The moment when you demonstrate whether you truly understand humanity's place in the galaxy. It is not a test of strength or courage. It is a test of wisdom, insight, and responsibility. Only a human can pass it," Alex frowned. "Why me? Why not someone else?" "Because of your mind, your experience, and your perspective," Lyra explained. "Others may try and others may fail. You have the ability to see connections and possibilities that no one else can. That is why you were chosen." Alex glanced at the device. Its metallic surface shimmered softly, pulsing with energy. He had already felt the hum of its intelligence as he interacted with the first two layers, but now it seemed to respond to him more deliberately, almost as if it were aware of the decisions he would make. "All right," he said finally. "Let's begin." He placed his hands on the device once more. Streams of light enveloped him, pulling his consciousness into a new vision. The world around him shifted, and he found himself standing on a massive platform floating in space. Below him stretched a vast galaxy, filled with stars, planets, and countless civilizations. He could see alien fleets moving between star systems, observing human colonies and subtly interfering with their growth. "This is the third layer," Lyra said, her voice calm but firm. "Here you will see the challenges that humans have not yet faced. You must navigate these trials carefully. Every decision matters." Alex's heart raced. He saw humans exploring new worlds, establishing colonies, but also encountering unknown threats. Alien species that had remained hidden were now moving to influence human expansion. Some wanted to help, others sought control. It was a delicate balance, and one wrong move could tip the galaxy against humanity. "Why show me this?" Alex asked. "I can't change all of it. I can't protect every colony." "You cannot protect everything," Lyra replied. "But you can guide the choices that matter most. You can choose which paths humanity takes and which paths are closed. That is the power of the device. And that is your responsibility." Alex took a deep breath. "How do I know which choice is right?" "The device will test you," Lyra said. "It will show you outcomes, both positive and negative. You must learn to recognize patterns, to see which paths lead to survival, growth, and success. And you must act decisively. Hesitation can be costly." The platform beneath him began to shift, and Alex saw holographic images of human colonies. One by one, events unfolded. A colony on a desert world was struck by a mysterious energy storm. Another colony's leaders were negotiating with an alien species whose intentions were unclear. A fleet of human ships faced a blockade, their survival uncertain. Alex focused on each situation, analyzing the patterns. He noticed something important. The aliens were not acting randomly. Their actions followed logic, attempting to manipulate human growth and limit their influence in key regions. But Alex also noticed weaknesses in their strategies, points where human ingenuity could turn the tide. "This is incredible," he said softly. "I can see the strategies. The logic, the mistakes. But how do I influence them?" "You influence them by guiding humanity," Lyra said. "Through your understanding, your decisions, and your ability to act. You are the bridge between what humans are and what they can become. That is why you are here." Alex nodded, determination rising within him. He realized that this test was not just about seeing the future, it was about shaping it. Humanity's survival, its growth, and its influence depended on his ability to interpret the layers of the device and act wisely. Suddenly, one of the holographic colonies flashed brightly. Alex recognized it immediately. Earth. The vision zoomed in, showing the planet surrounded by alien fleets, monitoring its defenses and communications. Humanity appeared vulnerable, reliant on outdated technology and slow responses. "This is why you are here," Lyra said, her voice steady. "Earth is not safe. Humanity's homeworld is at risk. The device can help you prepare, but only if you act correctly. You must decide how to respond, and your choice will determine the future." Alex felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. The future of billions of humans rested on his shoulders, but he also felt a spark of hope. Humans had survived countless challenges before, and now, with the knowledge provided by the device, they had a chance to rise stronger than ever. He extended his hands, touching the holographic representations of Earth's defenses. The device responded, allowing him to manipulate the fleets, adjust strategies, and simulate outcomes. He spent hours analyzing each possibility, weighing risks and benefits, considering both short-term survival and long-term growth. "This is amazing," he said. "I can see how humans can not only survive but thrive. But it's not easy. Every choice has consequences." "Exactly," Lyra replied. "That is why the test exists. The device does not simply give you power. It challenges your understanding, your judgment, and your wisdom. You must rise to the occasion." Hours passed, though it felt like minutes. Alex's mind worked tirelessly, interpreting data, running simulations, and evaluating possibilities. He began to recognize patterns, understanding which decisions led to stable growth and which would invite disaster. The device guided him subtly, responding to his insights and adjusting the scenarios accordingly. Finally, he stepped back, exhausted, but determined. "I think I understand," he said. "I see the paths. I see the choices, and I know what must be done." Lyra's eyes softened, her calm smile returning. "Good. That is the first part of the test. You have demonstrated insight, judgment, and understanding. But the challenge is not over. The next step will test your courage and your willingness to take responsibility." Alex nodded, feeling both fear and determination. He had seen the third layer, understood the threats, and begun to grasp humanity's potential. But he knew that knowledge alone was not enough. Action would be required. Decisive action. "The device is ready for the next phase," Lyra said, "and it will require more from you than any vision, any simulation, or any calculation. Are you prepared?" Alex took a deep breath, feeling the gravity of the moment. "I am," he said. "Whatever it takes." The device pulsed, brighter this time, as if acknowledging his readiness. Light streamed across the chamber, wrapping around him and filling the room with energy. He felt a connection, a bond with the device, with Lyra, and with humanity itself. For the first time, he realized that this test was not just about knowledge, it was about commitment. Commitment to protecting his people, guiding their growth, and ensuring their future. Outside, the stars continued to shine, distant and silent. But inside Outpost Perseus, a human mind was about to take its first decisive step toward shaping the fate of countless worlds. The third layer had revealed the challenges. Now it was time for Alex Rains to prove that humanity's ingenuity, courage, and resilience could overcome them. Alex Rains stepped back from the device, his mind still buzzing from the visions of the third layer. He had begun to understand humanity's potential and the threats that loomed in the galaxy. But a new realization weighed heavily on him. Knowledge alone was not enough. Action would be required, and now, Lyra's calm presence reminded him that he was not alone. "You have seen the paths," she said softly. "But seeing is only the first step. You must prepare to act, and you must do so wisely." Alex nodded. "I understand. But what if Earth Command doesn't agree? They already sent a warning about your arrival. They don't even know what's at stake." "They will act according to what they know," Lyra replied. "And what they know is limited. You must be ready for interference, for doubt, for pressure. That is part of the test and part of the reality you will face." The quiet hum of the station was suddenly interrupted by a sharp alert from Alex's terminal. A communication signal had been detected, originating from Earth Command. He frowned and activated the console. "Commander Rains," a voice came through, crisp and official. "This is Earth Command. You are to secure the unidentified visitor immediately. Report her location and do not engage with any unknown technology." Alex's stomach tightened. He had expected skepticism, but this was more than he had anticipated. The device, the visions, the potential for humanity's survival, all of it could be compromised if he followed orders blindly. Lyra stepped closer. "They do not understand yet. They cannot see what I have shown you. You must act based on insight, not orders. Alex hesitated, torn between obedience and responsibility. He had spent his life following protocol, trusting the chain of command. But he had also learned that blind obedience was dangerous, especially in the vast expanse of space. I need time, he said finally. Time to assess, to prepare, to understand the consequences of any action. You have that, Lyra assured him. But beware. Time is limited. Every moment matters. Some are already watching. As if to prove her point, the station shuddered/light. The quiet hum of Outpost Perseus was different now. It wasn't the familiar, steady pulse of routine operations. It was alive with possibility, with purpose. Commander Alex Rains stood in the central chamber, hands hovering above the device, feeling the energy pulse softly beneath his fingers. For days, he had navigated the layers of history and future, learning what humans could accomplish and what threats loomed. Now the challenge had shifted. He had knowledge. It was time to act. Lyra stood beside him, her calm presence a steadying force. You have seen the possibilities, she said. Now you must begin to shape them. Knowledge alone will not protect humanity. Only action will. Alex nodded. I understand. But where do I start? There are threats everywhere. Alien fleets, hostile factions, colonies in danger. I can't fix everything at once. You do not need to, Lyra replied. Focus on the points where humans can have the greatest impact. Use your ingenuity. That is the gift that sets your species apart. Alex took a deep breath and activated the device. Holographic star maps appeared, showing human colonies, alien movements, and potential conflict zones. He studied the data, identifying weak points in the alien coalition's strategy. Some systems were unguarded. Some were overextended. Humanity had vulnerabilities, but it also had opportunities. Opportunities to strengthen itself, to prepare for the challenges ahead. I see it, Alex said, excitement rising. We can create a network of communication and defense that the aliens won't anticipate. We can predict their moves before they happen. Lyra nodded. Exactly. And that network must be designed by humans for humans. You understand patterns, tactics, and strategy in ways no other species does. Over the next several hours, Alex worked tirelessly. He simulated fleets moving between colonies, tested supply routes, and coordinated communication protocols. Every decision he made was informed by the device's guidance, yet it relied on his intuition, his creativity, and his judgment. The process was exhausting but exhilarating. Voss and her team watched cautiously from their monitoring stations. Commander, what you're doing? It's incredible, Lieutenant Voss said. I've never seen anything like it. How are you calculating all this so quickly? Alex smiled faintly. It's not just calculation. It's pattern recognition, foresight, and understanding human behavior. The device gives the possibilities, but humans decide the path. That's our advantage, Lyra's eyes glimmered. Yes, that is precisely what I have been trying to show you. Humans adapt, innovate, and find solutions where others see only obstacles. That is why you are here, Alex. That is why this moment matters. Alex's hands moved over the holographic interface, connecting colonies, plotting routes, and establishing defenses. He identified key locations where early warning stations could be built, systems that could communicate instantly across vast distances, and fleets that could respond efficiently to threats. He was building a web of protection, a network that combined strategy, technology, and human ingenuity. Hours passed like minutes. The station's lights flickered as power shifted to the device, and Alex's mind raced. He felt a connection to the stars, to the colonies, to the millions of humans whose survival depended on decisions made here, now. Suddenly, the station's sensors detected movement outside the outer perimeter. A small fleet of alien ships had been detected, approaching human-controlled space. Alex's heart pounded. This was the first real test of his strategy. Could his plans withstand live action, not just simulations? Lyra's voice was calm but firm. This is your opportunity, Alex. Use what you've learned. Apply your ingenuity. Show that humans can respond where others fail. Alex activated the network he had built. Communication signals flowed through the colonies, warning them of the approaching fleet. Supply routes were adjusted, fleets repositioned, and defensive stations powered up. Every move was calculated to maximize efficiency and minimize risk. The alien fleet arrived, moving silently. confident in their superior technology. But Alex's preparations had created a web of surprises. Human fleets appeared in unexpected locations, cutting off the alien advance and forcing them to adapt. Early warning stations detected stealth movements, allowing colonies to prepare defenses. The aliens had underestimated human ingenuity. Alex watched the holographic displays, analyzing every movement, every decision. He adjusted strategies in real time, anticipating the aliens' responses and countering them before they could act. It was a dance of logic, intuition, and foresight, a demonstration of what humans could achieve when they combined technology with creativity. Lyra's smile grew. You see? This is what I meant. Humans can solve problems that others cannot even comprehend. Your species is exceptional, Alex. Do not underestimate that. The alien fleet, confronted with unexpected resistance, began to withdraw. Their movements were careful, measured, and deliberate, but they could not fully predict the humans' actions. Alex felt a surge of relief. The immediate threat had been neutralized, and humanity's colonies remained safe. For now. Voss approached him, awe in her eyes. Commander, I can't believe it. You've done something incredible. The colonies, they're secure. The fleets, the defenses, all of it. Alex nodded, exhausted but focused. It's not just me. It's human ingenuity. We saw the threats, understood the patterns, and acted decisively. That is what separates humans from others in the galaxy. Lyra placed a hand on his shoulder. And that is why the device needed you. Knowledge alone is not enough. You needed to act, to demonstrate what humans can achieve. You have succeeded, Alex. Humanity has survived this test. Alex exhaled, letting the tension leave his body. The room was quiet again, the device pulsing softly as if acknowledging his success. He realized that while the immediate threat had been managed, the galaxy was vast and challenges would continue to arise. But for the first time, he felt confident in humanity's ability to face them. The next step, Lyra said, her voice calm, is to consider the long-term future. Humanity must not only survive but thrive. The device can help you guide decisions that will shape centuries, even millennia, of growth and development. Alex nodded. I understand. And I will do it. We will use what we've learned to ensure that humanity has a secure place among the stars. Voss looked at him, a mixture of respect and disbelief on her face. Commander, I don't know how to explain this to Earth Command. They'll never believe it. But I trust you. Whatever comes next, we follow your lead. Alex smiled faintly. Then let's prepare for the next challenge. The galaxy is vast and the future is uncertain. But humans, in that we adapt. We survive, and sometimes we thrive beyond expectations. Lyra's eyes sparkled. Yes, that is the essence of your species. And now, Alex, you have demonstrated it. You have combined knowledge, insight, and ingenuity to protect humanity. The device will guide us further, but it is your actions that have made the difference. Alex looked at the stars outside the station's observation windows, shimmering in the darkness. He thought of Earth, of the colonies, of the countless humans whose lives would be shaped by the choices made here and now. He felt a sense of purpose, a clarity he had never known before. Humanity was more than just survival. It was creativity, resilience, and determination. It was the ability to see challenges and turn them into opportunities. And Alex Raines, standing in the quiet chamber of Outpost Perseus, understood that for the first time. The device pulsed gently, a reminder that the journey was far from over. There would be new challenges, greater threats, and decisions that would test human ingenuity even further. But Alex was ready. Humanity was ready. And for the first time in a long time, the future seemed bright. The soft hum of Outpost Perseus had changed. It was no longer a lonely, empty station floating in the void. It was alive with purpose, with potential, with the quiet determination of a human mind shaping the future. Commander Alex Raines stood in the central chamber, the device before him glowing gently, its streams of light reflecting across the walls. Lyra stood beside him, calm and confident, a presence that had become as natural as the stars outside. We've come far, Alex said, his voice steady but thoughtful. We've prepared defenses, guided colonies, and neutralized immediate threats. But there's still so much to do. The galaxy is vast, and humanity's place in it is not yet secure. Lyra nodded. The device shows possibilities, Alex, but it cannot act alone. It has always been human insight, ingenuity, and courage that will shape the future. You've demonstrated all three. Now we ensure humanity's long-term growth. Alex placed his hands on the device once more. Streams of light flowed over his fingers and visions appeared. Unlike before, these were not immediate threats or conflicts. They were paths, branching possibilities of what humanity could become. He saw colonies thriving in distant star systems, trade networks spanning galaxies, and humans collaborating with alien civilizations in ways that fostered peace and prosperity. He saw technology advancing, energy resources harnessed efficiently, and species once considered distant allies now working together. "This is incredible," Alex whispered. "It's not just survival. Humans can truly flourish." "Yes," Lyra said softly, "and the choices you make now will guide that growth. Some paths are easy, some difficult. Some require sacrifices, but all lead to progress if guided wisely." Alex began to work. He marked key colonies that needed early development, plotted